Okay, so we're ready to start. Let me just share the poll results with you. So you still have 1 second to, not 1 second, 5 seconds to fill in the form, the poll, and I'm going to share it with you in a second. Yeah, here we go. So 63% of us are co-founders and founders, which is great. 38% of us not yet. So we're going to try to convince those who are not founders yet to build their own startup. That's the goal of the event. And good, let me do a few quick slides about what this event is all about, and then we're going to move to our only pitch today, which will be Nathan. So this will be a short event. If anyone else wants to pitch, feel free. Let me know in the chat. We'll try to incorporate you as well. Good. So this event is basically about pitching, as you can tell. We'll try to do a recording and send it to you if it's going to be possible. This event is happening twice, every Wednesday, 6 p.m. London time, 9 p.m. London time. So feel free to join us. The idea is for you to keep on coming back and kind of put it on your calendar, and also share it with your friend. If you can share the link and so on. We want to see a growing community of people that are giving feedback and pitching. The goal is to help you improve your pitch. You can look at it as a collective brain to get feedback from a lot of people. And that means that everyone in the chat, we're really counting on your feedback. So please, after each pitch, try to give as much feedback as possible. We're going to have 4 minutes timer for each pitch. So the idea is short is better. Yeah, one of you is going to be featured on our global newsletter. One of the person that is going to be pitched going out to 75,000 people. So it's worth it if you feel like pitching. And after each pitch, you can ask one question. You can ask me to post one question to the crowd and maybe get a little bit of like general idea of, was it clear? Is there a real pain that you're solving, and so on and so on. Let's we'll do it with happy to do that. And yeah, just a little bit of a brief about us, and that means that the first person that is speaking is gonna Nathan. You're gonna go in 1 minute, so prepare yourself. I'm going to use this 1 minute to tell you a little bit about what we do. We're building a global startup ecosystem map, research center, with tens of thousands of startups. You can feel free to add your startup on the map. We also do weekend events every Saturday or Sunday on a Starbucks usually to meet entrepreneurs. So I'll share a link with you later. And just let you know that the Startup Link is also building a research center that ranks 1,000 the startup ecosystems of 1,000 cities and 100 countries. So you're going to see it below the map, a very good resource to decide if you're in the right place for your startup. And I'm actually going to try to share it for a second now, just so we have a little bit of a feeling on how it looks like. So just a minute. Here it is. So basically, this is the global startup ecosystem app that we're building. You can check for co-working accelerators, startup leaders, organizations, and so on via locations. And also at the same time, this is the big location map that is the rankings. So for example, if you're interested to know what's going on in, let's say, Sweden, so you can put Sweden on the search, and then it's going to give you all the Swedish cities that are currently ranked according to the ranking. So it's a relatively useful tool to understand if you're in the right ecosystem, what are better ecosystems, should you be actively involved to develop your ecosystem because it sucks, or should you actually give up and move to another ecosystem. And we really believe that it's critical for you as an entrepreneur to choose the right place. That's where the clients are, the team members are, the investors are, if you're looking for investors. So being in the right place is critical, and we encourage that. I'll just share a few quick links with you in the chat and go over them quickly. And Nathan, in 30 seconds, you're gonna start. I shared a very big list in the chat, and I just describe what they are. First link, the map, and that's where you can see the map and the rankings. Second link, our Telegram chat, so feel free. Third link is a city partners page that allows you to become a mentor in this event, and receive a lot of branding in general via our map, our reports, and so on, to basically be branded as an ecosystem leader. So that's the third link. Fourth link is where we do the startup weekend events on Starbucks. So you just find your city, the meetup group there, and join us. Fifth link is the pitching event link. So next week, that's where you register next week. And we have a few deals for you. The first one is market intelligence from SEM Rush, one of the leading companies in the world for market intelligence. You get a model for free, the analytics model for free for 1 year. So pretty cool deal. Second one is hosting from Bluehost, an affiliate link that will help us to keep this event alive. And the third one is the from WeWork. WeWork is giving our members up to 15% discount and a free tour. And they're a great co-working space. Regardless if they're in the news or not, they're still the most amazing co-working space we've encountered. I spent there the vast majority of my time, and we managed to close really nice deals there. So totally recommended. All the links are in the chat, and we are ready to start. So Nathan, I'm gonna promote you to a panelist, and if anyone else wants to pitch, you have a chance today. Usually we don't have time for extra pitches, but today it's only Nathan, so you have time if you feel super brave. And if not, see you next week, hopefully. So Nathan, I'm promoting you to a panelist.
Hello?
Yeah, now we can
Yeah.
now we can hear you. Do you have a video camera if you want to?
I was just gonna share my screen if that's all right.
Yeah, that's cool. You can
Yeah.
share and have a video as well, but whatever feels good.
Oh, I don't have a
I
camera.
don't know. Okay, you're still raising money for a camera. I like it.
Yeah.
You have a share button, a green share
Yeah.
button.
Oh, yeah, I just found it.
Where are you calling from?
Australia.
Ah, wow. What time is it in Australia?
8 a.m. Last time I went to this meeting, it was 7 a.m., but we had daylight savings, so now it's 8 a.m. So that's pretty
Okay,
cool.
super. That's
Yeah.
great. So good. Good luck. I can see
Can
your
you?
screen. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
super.
Oh, whoops. Whoops. Started already. So
Oh,
yeah,
take your
I'm good
time.
to go.
Yeah, you are. Go for it.
Okay, so I'm a co-founder of a company called Solid GPS, and what we focus on is GPS or asset tracking for mainly your trailers, cars, rental vehicles like equipment and stuff like that. So right now, the problem that we've seen is that automotive and equipment theft is on the rise, especially in Australia, because right now we're just focusing on the Australian market because it's good to focus on like a market that you're familiar with. But we found that a lot of these GPS trackers are extremely complicated. They require you to connect it to your car battery, and not everyone knows how to like do that correctly, and you have a chance of electrocuting yourself. And if you do connect it to your car battery, if a smart thief will almost always look at your car battery and like disconnect it. And most likely, if you have installed it, if you installed it, you would have installed it incorrectly. A lot of these, a lot of these GPS trackers, they also require you to purchase a SIM card and data, and they operate on the 2G and 3G networks. And what you may not know about Australia is that 2G no longer even works here, or it's like very hard to get a connection, and 3G is on the way out. It's actually being shut down completely in 2024, and it's already been removed off some of the spectrums. And a lot of these a lot of these GPS trackers are also Bluetooth only. So, and the Bluetooth range is like 100 meters. So a lot of what's the word? A lot of objections that people may have to getting a GPS tracker is that their insurance will cover it. But as you can see on the right, a lot of these thefts, your insurance doesn't completely cover it. Well, they're an insurance company, they're there to make money, so they're going to try and get back as much as they can. Instead of like giving you the maximum amount, they're going to try and give you the minimum amount. So what we've done is we've created a GPS tracker that's simple to use. It's got an internal battery, so there's no external wires, so you can just pick it up and place it down anywhere. And that also means that it's portable, so you don't need to worry about knowing how to connect something to your car battery. It's just completely portable, and that means you can hide it better too. So no one's going to find it if you can know how to hide things. We provide the SIM card and the data, so you don't have to worry about if you're getting a bad deal because we provide all that. It utilizes 2G, 3G, and 4G and cellular. So and it works worldwide. So you don't need to worry about it not working, because even if it doesn't have a 4G or 3G or 2G connection, it has a cellular connection, and that will give you like a general area. So we've also developed and manufactured it all completely in house by my co-founder. He's an electrical engineer, and we've completely done the antenna. We've completely done the PCB board. We've done everything like that. There's like different modes you can use. Like you can track based on movement instead of an interval tracking. So when it detects movement, that's when it will start tracking, and that means it can save battery life. Currently ours lasts from around 6 months to 24 months. So it's quite a long battery life, and that's only 90 millimeters by 45 millimeters. So it's quite small too. So we also have our own antenna, and I also went through the tracking when movement is detected. These are our competitive advantages. So we're constantly upgrading the performance. We've actually just improved the battery material. So we changed from PLA to ABS. So it's high temperature resistance, and it's more structurally sound. We also do both the hardware and the software. So we built it all. So it's quite difficult to copy both hardware and software. While it's quite easy to copy just software. So we don't have to rely on just one. I don't know. We don't have to rely on just one. What's the word? We don't worry about it. I don't know how to make that point. But yeah. So we've got the large battery life. It's easy to use. And so yeah, this is our timeline. So we created the idea back in 2018 in September. Because my brother was looking to track his motorbike, and he couldn't find any GPS trackers that had all these like 4G. It had long battery life. It had like an included SIM card, and it wasn't Bluetooth. So this is our timeline. So we've gone down from officially founded in January 2019. There's that in-house antenna built, and we've just finally manufactured the case. And we also recently got our first customer that we're not related to. Like I live in Victoria, and he comes from New South Wales, and he just found us through LinkedIn. So that's good. So here's market size and the problems that a lot of these businesses and individuals have. So if you're a small business, these fleet management trackers, they cost well over $1,000 a month. They take like 8 hours to install. That means lost revenue. They don't really provide custom solutions. Like if you look at Verizon, they just do one stock standard, unless you're like a big company like Coca-Cola or something like that. They're not going to make any custom thing for you, or it's going to be very expensive. And for individual owners, it's no privacy. There's complex or expensive install, and they also use outdated or foreign trackers. Because if you're an electrical or hardware engineer, you're going to go work for Google. You're going to go work for Google. You're not going to go work for a GPS tracking company. And that's where we come in, because we have our own like good electrical engineer, and he knows, because he's a co-founder, and so he knows what to do. And they also a lot of these trackers are also only short range. So like they're Bluetooth. So like that only works within 100 meters. And so, yeah, if someone steals your car or your motorbike, they're going to go more than 100 meters away. So here are some of our competitors that we've just threw this table through. I just threw this table quickly together quickly. So as you can see, we better than them on most. Like a lot of these people are just like outdated, and like it's a very there's not much innovation going on right now, because everyone's just like quite content, and I feel like that's a disservice, because if someone steals your vehicle and they have your GPS tracker, they obviously want to go find it. Like, and if your GPS tracker can't even do that, like, what's the point? And so some of these people are just lying to them. Like a lot of these, if you look up tile, like some people might even think, or Trackmino, some people might think that it like has a worldwide range, but it only has like a tiny range, like 30 meters or like areas of 3G. And like I said before, 3G is being phased out, and there's already been slowly phased out. So our business model right now is $70, and it covers the cost to manufacture, and we have a monthly subscription for the excess data transmissions and also the SIM card and SIM card data, and that's $7. And then we're able to make some small changes available to significantly decrease the per unit cost. So we're ready to scale. And we've just finished manufacturing the case, and like I said before, we already have sent out our first non-related customer. Yeah. And so here's me and my brother, where he's a product developer mainly. So yeah, he's an electrical engineer, and he gets the actual hardware and the software, and I'm the sales and marketing. And so yeah, if you want to have a look at the case that we've done, this is a case. It's just vacuum sealed and vacuum sealed. We just vacuum sealed that bit. So yeah. Sorry if this picture's a bit out there. It's just yeah, I haven't really practiced it, but yeah.
Great, super.
How long did that take?
I don't know, because you're the only one pitching today. I was kind of relaxed. I didn't even know the
that's
timer.
good.
It was a little bit above.
Okay, that's fine.
We can be sure that it was above 4 minutes. So that could be a problem, a potential problem of how to maybe cut it shorter. I think it was about 8, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
wow. Yeah, sorry. Whoops, sorry about that.
No worries. It's good. You're the only one pitching today. So Nathan, let me see. Can you pick a question that you want me to maybe ask? Okay, let me ask you before that. Who are you targeting in the pitches? Let's say that now you're doing the pitches. Is it now gonna be to get investors, to get clients, feedback?
Right, yeah. Oh, right now I was just looking for some feedback, because right now we're currently bootstrapping it. Obviously I see the value in investor, but right now yeah. So right now we're just bootstrapping it, and this is for like just clients and showing people.
What question do you want me to ask? Was it clear, or is there enough pain in this? What's better for you to ask the public?
I feel like I already know that there's enough pain, so I'd like to ask, was it clear? Okay. Yeah, was it clear? I'll ask that one.
Let me launch the was it clear. So we need your help, everyone in the chat, to tell us, was this actually clear? So I'm gonna did you understand? I launched the poll. You should see it now, so you can pick yes, also, or no. So let us know. Was it clear? Was the product clear? Do you understand what Nathan is doing over here? And that's going to be very helpful to kind of get a quick sample of are we kind of in a situation that the product is relatively clear. So let's have a look. And other than that, we also need your feedback. So Nathan is now trying to get as much feedback as possible about the really initial phases of the business. Anything that comes to mind about how to improve the presentation, how to improve the product, any concerns about the business model, anything that comes to mind that can help Nathan, let's do the best to share with him. And yeah, let's quickly and show the results of the poll. So you're in a good situation.
Oh wow,
you're
that was surprising.
Yeah, not even one no, and 78% said it's yes. So it was clear. You probably want to make it shorter, but
no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but definitely you're in a good mode here of people understanding what's the product. Okay, let's have a quick look on the chat to see what are the comments. So first of all, Kat is saying that you did great, so that's absolutely
Thank
great.
You, Kat.
Let's have a look. Kumar. Kumar is a little bit worried about the price of the $7 per month.
Am I allowed to respond?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, first of all, well, I don't know where a lot of the people are, but Australia. This is all in the currency of Australian dollars, and Australian dollars is like 30%. Like Australian dollar is 70% of a US dollar, so it's like for every US dollar is like 70 Australian cents, so it's also less. And obviously this isn't really justification because but it's the best I can come up with. A lot of these other, because currently our competitors, they charge a higher direct price, and they also charge a higher like monthly price. If you go look at one of our competitors, I think Mongoose, I mentioned them in the slide, they charge $300 retail plus $150 install, and then around $10 a month, and that's all in Australian dollars. So if obviously the customer is always right. It is steep. I do agree with you, but it's like there's not much we can do to change that, because that's how we profit, and that's how we generally make our money. So yeah, but it is cheaper than most of them. Yeah.
That's good to know. Yes, so let's have a look on the other comments. So you have Nones kind of talking about 2 points. First of all, the market size and the problem. Yeah, I guess that this is mainly if you're going to do investor pitch, you have to speak
Yeah.
about how. And by the way, but for you as well as a business, to kind of know how big the opportunity is will allow you to also understand future strategy. Should you stay only in Australia? Should you go to really fast to other markets? So I would probably, there was a little bit of a lack of market
Yeah.
size to kind of understand the opportunity for you as a founder. Forget investors. And so it's something that is worthwhile to do, just to
Hmm.
prepare for future. And I think the second comment from Nonis, I totally agree with that. You should probably simplify it. You had too many words there in this
Yeah.
presentation. It was overwhelming. And so, like, the idea is you have a lot to say, and that's good. But try to, sometimes when you say
Mm.
too much, you kind of lose the edge. So the idea is to kind
Yeah.
of try to understand which bullets should stay there and which should go. Which like what are the bullets that are really not going to make a difference in the perception of people. Try to
Yeah.
stick with the ones that that are really like, oh, I get it. So like Nono said, there's too much going on in the presentation. Nonis also recommends to add a little bit more background to the co-founders to show credibility, and that's definitely something I agree as well. Like your
Hmm.
brother seems to be a tech talent. Tell us a little bit more. You're doing marketing and sales also. Don't be shy about those things, because kind of like people kind of need to know who are the people that are behind, and a little bit who are the people that are behind this, and you're basically going to keep on developing this. So of course it makes sense. Yeah, and Nonis is also recommend really good recommendation on thanks. Also recommending some kind of a video showing how it works. I think that
Mm.
one of the things that is missing from presentation is what happens after the car is being stolen.
Yeah.
Kind of like an idea of this is what happens with the other guys. 30 meters range, boom, out,
Yeah.
and this is what happens with ours. And yeah, I think that could, you're gonna have a problem here. I think you're gonna have the main problem is gonna be not only you kind of show why your product is superior, but the question is how do you persuade people to get this thing? That's an
Mm.
interesting thing, because I have a feeling that the market is relatively uh, not that big. Like people, like you said, are kind of avoiding it. So the other is how do you actually create a situation that you increase the sales in general of
Mm.
this industry? Yeah, and I think that you have a good question here from Sriram about shipping and reaching outside of Australia. It's going to be a little bit problematic with the subscription based thing, and over here outside of Australia, you're probably going to have to have higher initial, right? But
Mm.
something to think about, because probably that could if you hit a market that does not have those solutions currently, kind of won in a
Yeah.
way. By the way, the $7 include the cellular connection, like the
Yeah.
data
Yeah.
package.
Includes everything.
Okay, that's good. Good to know. And yeah, you have another good feedback from Pavel that says that this was a good presentation. So all in all, it was really a good presentation. Let's have a look at what Mehmet is saying, that you should probably also have a look at more advanced
Mm.
competitors if you want to scale.
Yeah.
So Mehmet
Definitely.
is basically saying it's not only about tracking, it's not satisfying enough German market. Like, so the idea is Mehmet is kind of saying the solution here that you're giving might not be enough. Like, people are
Oh
now
yeah, yeah,
expecting a lot of things in one device. If they already purchase a device and they already do, I really like this point, by the way. If they already purchase a device and they install it and they have the cellular thing and it's their GPS, and we already know that a lot of them are avoiding it because they're kind of like, I don't feel like using it. The way to go is to put more and more value proposition inside this device by
mm,
uniting with value propositions of either other companies or future development. And Mehmet is talking a little bit about diagnosis tool, that like insurance company would love to use this
yeah,
for kind of figure out and so on and so on. So you have a good roadmap in the future
yeah,
for
yeah, definitely.
the development of this. Let's see if we can do. I think that that's pretty much. Let's have a look. Just a second. Yeah, so Mehmet is also recommending to have a look at the e-scooter market and where location tracking is not enough. So this can actually, like, the idea is that GPS are kind of a thing of the past. We all feel that,
Mm,
and the idea is to kind of, Mehmet, I really like those suggestions. He's saying, have a look at the things that are currently happening, alternative transportation models and so on, those
yeah,
e-scooters and everything. That could be, you could be the only one, instead of going into the car market, fighting those guys that already have relationships with the buyers and the shops and whatever. Mehmet is kind of suggesting, have a look at the ones that just started, because the companies that you mentioned are kind of non-innovative. They're very slow. You're going to be the first
mm,
one for
yeah,
e-scooters, whatever industry you're picking. So I yeah, those are really good suggestions today on the strategies. I think you have a few things to think about. What I recommend, Nathan, is copy paste the
yeah,
comments. Just copy paste them, and yeah, you have enough to work on for the second iteration. So
yeah,
absolutely
definitely.
great.
Thank you.
Super. So Nathan, good luck. Great product. I really like it. I think there is so much potential here, and yeah, just about picking the right strategy, because you have the
Yeah,
talent
exactly.
and you have and you got some tips over here about strategy as well. So
Oh,
that's good.
here's another one.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have.
oh wait, no,
No, no,
sorry.
no,
Oh,
no,
he
that's
just
okay.
added at the end.
So, yeah, super. And the battery life is really impressive, and the Mefes thinks that this should be something that you keep on telling people, like instead of you having to change the battery or to charge the battery and so on,
Yeah.
you can forget about this device for 6 months. Probably you want some kind of something that shows that kind of a ring when the battery is about to be.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
We tell them. And also just to reply to Peter, yeah, we are this weekend and this week we're just focusing on videos now since we've actually finished the product. So yeah, we are going to make videos and stuff, more videos at least.
nice. So yeah, Peter is talking about the bait car, like trying to compare the others with yours.
Yeah.
Nothing visualized better than when someone trying to buy something and they see a GPS that failed and your GPS in a real test.
Mm.
So sounds amazing. Good. So I think that you got a lot of feedback to start with. We only have one presentation today, but that was still a very fun event. So Nathan, thanks a lot for volunteering and
No
saving
worries.
us.
Thank
And
you.
super, we'll be looking forward to hearing about your future progress. I'm glad that we had more time to spend. We spent
Thank
almost
you.
30 minutes. And yeah, keep us updated. And thanks. Thanks for pitching.
All right. Thank you.
Super. Good. So we're done for today, and I'm going to share with everyone again some of the links that I shared with you before that helps us keep this event going. That's basically it. See you next Wednesday, 6 p.m. London time, 9 p.m. London time. Many opportunities. If you haven't pitched, please think about pitching. And that's it. Thanks. Bye, everyone. Have a good one.